to Social 5 University. I'm Jeremiah Stetler, your host and your social media guide as we navigate 5 simple strategies for promoting your business on social media. Now, I'm grateful to have you here today as we talk about ways to strengthen your business and how to accelerate growth using a evolving and massive social media engine that is out there. You know, sometimes we think about social media as just that crazy thing that our kids spend way too much time doing, and maybe they capture crazy videos of you doing things and Snapchat them out there. But you know what? Social media is a powerful tool for you to reach an audience that is growing year after year after year. I want to show you a few things today as you look at, why do I spend this crazy amount of time on Facebook? Or why do I have somebody in my office that's spending a crazy amount of time on Facebook? But let me show you why so many people are turning to, or so many marketers are turning to social media to promote their businesses. And so we'll use this little globe here on the screen, but why spend time on social media? And this is a big number that's important to keep in mind. 3.7, that is the number, the billions of people, 3.7 billion people in the world currently use social media worldwide. That amounts to 48% of the total population across all nations and demographics. Now, in the United States and in some developed nations, it's much higher percentage-wise than you're seeing worldwide. And 48% is nothing to shake a stick at, right? Here is a graphic that came out looking at the trends happening within the United States market through 2019. And you can see this trend line that's happening. Now, some platforms are doing better than others. Facebook is at 69% of total market penetration across all. This is focusing on all adults, 18 years and up. 69% of all adults are on Facebook today. And you can see that trend line. It has stagnated a little bit in recent years, but you can see a little bit of a upward growth trajectory between 2018 and 2019. You can see Instagram that is continuing to eat into that market share, as well as Twitter is not dead yet, right? Snapchat, sorry to say, for parents who've been caught on video, 24% of the population is on Snapchat, and many of those are younger people. That is the channel of choice for our high school and young college age students. Now, Instagram has largely been that 19 to 29 demographic, but we're seeing some penetration in broader demographics as well. So anyways, take a look at that. The one thing I want you to keep in mind as you're looking at this from a business owner, from an entrepreneurial perspective, is that there is a massive audience out there that can be reached through social media if we put in the time and we implement the appropriate strategies to reach those individuals. Okay, so let's jump into what our curriculum is today. And today I wanted to focus on 5 ways that we could increase our business's strength or penetration on social media during the coming year. And the first one that I'll talk about is how to prepare your pages for conversion. And this may seem like a simple one. You're like, well, don't I just create a page? Well, the reality is there are some strategies you can use to make your page more searchable, more conversion friendly. Okay, so we're going to talk about a few of those ways, because why have a social media page if there's no way for people to give you a call to convert? These are some things that we'll talk about. Number 2, we'll create a social culture within your business. Okay, strategies for social media aren't entirely crazy digital strategies of how do we do this or that. Sometimes it is being able to pull in the people that are close to you, whether they are friends or family or coworkers or even your customers, to help them become part of your business. Okay. Strategy number 3, targeting your content so it's reaching the right group of people. Strategy number 4, creating a meaningful magnet. You've probably heard the term lead magnet in the past. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And strategy number 5, putting positive reviews to work. Okay. positive reviews or reviews in general, positive or negative, are becoming a bigger part of the social media environment or the digital environment for businesses, as it determines how likely individuals are to convert to a sale, right? So I'm going to talk with you about some different ways that you can solicit reviews, and ways that you can put those reviews to work for you in a way that can increase your conversion rate. Okay, so those are the 5 things that we'll talk about today. We'll take about 20 minutes, give or take, and jump into that. All right, here we go. Strategy number 1. Here's my favorite corner, whatever store that is. My corner milk bar, which has got to be a little bit more healthy than other types of bars, right? But this photo has a purpose, okay? And I want you to think about what's missing from this store. If you were the owner of this corner market, what is missing? Okay, and it actually has some relevance. So we're going to talk about why. Now, let me point out a few things, maybe. So first one is, where in the world is a good sign? Now, we do have some silly ones here of, I guess I can buy milk here, right? And it looks like a milk bar, and that sounds kind of sexy, right? But where is a sign that really tells what this business is, that encourages people through something that is eye-catching to come and visit this store? Okay. Now, next, what about a street address? I mean, maybe you're not like me that has wandered up and down streets trying to find houses, but where is the street address? Okay, so that somebody could say, hey, you know what? I found this great milk bar. I was a little bit tipsy afterwards, but I found this milk bar at where? Okay. Next, where's a description of services? Now, I do see that they had a tagging problem in the past. They tried to cover, but the only thing that we know about is that apparently they sell milk, okay? But that's the only thing that is attracting people into this location. It's the only lead magnet that is attracting people into this location. And then, wouldn't it be nice if there were a fresh coat of paint instead of this awning that looks like this business is only frequented by a handful of patrons per year? Okay, so sometimes appearance has an impact on the number of people who come through your door. So as we talk about Facebook, for instance, I know that some individuals have reached out to me and they said, you know what, I've started a Facebook page. It's taken me forever to get up to 100 likes. And didn't you say, Jeremiah, that a positive strategy is getting a new Facebook follower for between 70 cents and $1.25 per acquisition? Well, you know what? That's the truth. That's the typical average. But when we look at converting fans to a new page, sometimes they have a hard time converting to a page when there are no followers there, because they wonder, is something wrong with this page? Is there a reason why I shouldn't like it? Is there a reason why there are fewer than 100 fans in this page? And so that growth is slower during the first 100 fans than it is once you reach 500 or once you reach 1,000. So it's the same scenario here, okay? That a painted awning would help this business acquire customers more than one that looks like too many birds have sat on top. Oh, never mind. So anyways, so this is what, so let's talk a little bit about ways that we can prepare your pages for conversion so that people are more likely to interact with your page. So the first one is super simple. Okay, we're going to talk about Facebook, we're going to talk about LinkedIn, and ways that we can prepare those pages for conversion. So first of all, Facebook, and what I want you to do is we look at these strategies. I want to give you a reasonable expectation of the time that it takes to do these things. So first of all, on Facebook, set your stopwatch for 20 minutes and spend some quality time with your About page. Now, creating a Facebook page is the beginning, okay? But there are things that you can do with your page to make people more likely to find you. And one of those things is found right here. You can see a little About button there on the left-hand side of your page. Make sure that you click on that and you spend a little bit of quality time. And 20 minutes isn't a lot, right? Okay, that's like going out to McDonald's and going through the drive-thru, right? Okay, so you know where I spend too much of my time. Anyways, buttermilk chicken's awesome with bacon. Anyways, okay, it's not even lunchtime, and look where you've got me going. Darn it. Okay, so if I click on the About button, it takes me to this page where you see a variety of different categories of things that you can put on here. So if I can point out a few, that putting in your business details, start date doesn't matter as much. Business details allows you to include some information about what you do with some keywords of products and services that you offer. Your phone number, okay, your email address, put in your website address. So there are a few things here. Oh, this About field. And actually, you know what? Shift the attention from edit business details down to the About field here, okay? A description of your business. This is the field that I like to put those keywords in, or key phrases that people can find you under. Also under your story. This is designed to humanize your business, give it some personality. If you happen to have a great background story, like some great Marvel, hero, some great backstory, or something that links you to the community. What is your purpose? This allows you to humanize your business in the eyes of people coming to your location. But these are wonderful things, okay? We need to have a phone number. We need to have a website for people to be able to find and convert to customers, okay? Spend some time here, very important. All you need to do is click on this little button on the upper right-hand corner, edit your page info, and you'll be able to add any of this information. Please don't underestimate the power of that. The second thing I'd like you to do on Facebook before you leave, okay, is creating a call to action button, which you can see right here. It says add a button if you haven't put one in already. This will allow you to determine what that conversion path is. You can select, do you want people to call you? Do you want them to visit a website? Do you want them to book an appointment through Facebook, which is a function we will cover appointment setting in Facebook as part of our Power Users session that comes up here shortly. But adding a button is an important path. Okay, next, let's go to LinkedIn. LinkedIn, you're going to need to set your stopwatch a little bit longer, 40 minutes for this one, to spend some time with your LinkedIn profile. But there is a valuable return on this investment, particularly if you're engaged in any type of B2B relationship, or if you are engaged in partnership opportunities where you are doing business for one product or service, but you are partnering with someone else to do another service. This is, consider it business networking digitized, right? So what I'd like you to do is spend a little bit of time on your personal profile. Now, your company profile is also important, okay? It's a good one to spend some time with. But your personal profile is where most people go. They want to connect with the executive of X company or the manager, product manager of X company. All right, so what I'd like you to do is click on these little buttons that are off on the side, the little pencil marks, and these will allow you to edit those features. So you can see that I can edit my contact information here. I can put in my website, my phone number, my email address. You'll see that I also included several other social channels. That way people can vet me or research me in the way that they would like to. Everyone does things a little bit differently. My daughter does all of her consumer research on Snapchat, right? My wife is on Facebook. People do it in different ways. They may be on Pinterest or Mantrest, if they're kind of strange. But these are all things that they can use to vet your business. All right, you can see skills. What are you good at? Okay, these skills help for searchability on LinkedIn. They help for establishing credibility in certain services where people can come on and say, "Oh, Jeremiah, are you any good at AP style?" Well, people say I am. Okay, but you can add these skills onto your profile, and people can come and vote whether or not they agree that you have these skills. Okay, wonderful things to have. And then make sure to fill out your About field, okay? And make sure to include some things that establish credibility, and also speak to your products and services. Now, one thing that I'll mention before we end here, and this will be a topic for another Social 5 University session, is when you are putting in your job title. Notice my job title, Chief Product Officer, Social 5, providing outsourced social media management for small businesses nationwide. Now, is my job title 2 sentences long? No, but this is what shows up when people are determining whether to connect with you. It gives a call to action right there in your job title that is a best practice for a LinkedIn profile. So anyways, we'll get into that under our LinkedIn optimization seminar that'll be coming up shortly. So anyways, but preparing Facebook and LinkedIn for conversion is the first strategy that would be wise to employ as you're thinking about how to grow your business during the new year. Oh, and here's my little fun fingers just to show you where you click on those things to edit them, as well as there are your skills. All right. Strategy number 2 is it's time to get social in a slightly different way. It doesn't mean you have to dance or dress up or anything like that. But I want to put this picture up here on the screen because sometimes we try to dance all by ourselves. We get out there on the dance floor like moving and grooving, look around, there's nobody there, right? Now, social media is about getting social. And if you don't get your friends and your family or your coworkers or your employees involved, then your strategy is always going to be less effective than it would be otherwise. So the question is, how do you get them involved? I've been in workplaces where they have made it mandatory that you come and you like a Facebook page. It's not effective. It creates morale problems. It creates some resentment. You don't feel social when you're required to do it. But let me show you a few ideas, okay, to get those around you involved. And this is an important strategy, guys, to increase the power of social media. And I'll tell you why in just a moment here. Okay, so I put up a few little pictures here on the screen, okay? Each one of them has an area of significance as it relates to how you can become more involved or involve people in your social media. And as you do, the more people that are engaging on your pages, particularly on Facebook, the more that Facebook, through its algorithms, will show your content to other individuals. Your viewership rate increases according to your engagement, your level of involvement from those who are on the page. Okay, so here are a few ideas of how to get those around you involved. So first of all, make sure that you're posting about events that are happening in your business. And those events can be on-site events. Like this is one with our business where we participated in the Leukemia and Lymphoma Foundation. There's our CEO up there at the microphone. But participating in community events or corporate launches or something that establishes you as a real person, a real company, is something that will increase involvement. And many times you'll get groups that are associated with that come and interact on your page. Okay. All right. Next one here is one you can see down on the bottom right. You Matter. And I love this. This is one of our partners that does this. That highlights several employees every single month with some positive things about what they have done, okay? Highlighting employees is a powerful way to get them onto social media in a positive way, and to build morale, and to get them also to share with their friends and family that, hey, take a look what happened to me at my work. Don't I have the awesomest boss ever? Sometimes creating that culture within your business can also help you when it comes to employee recruitment. All right, next, post about office culture. You'll see the nice mountain bike up there. It doesn't have to be serious product and service stuff that you're putting on your page. It can be, and it should be, outings that you're having. If you're having a Christmas party, we had one that for a dentist that went crazy. It was they all dressed up for Halloween, but they got these dental masks that had like monster mouths on it. It was kind of It was insane. Probably scared the kids, but no. But it was wildly successful. Okay, so post fun things about office culture. You'll see posts from the field. There's me and my partner Matt up at Snowbird Ski Resort in scenic Utah. We were at an event there, and we just took some snapshots out in the canyon, which is beautiful. But encouraging your employees to post around from where they're at in the country or in the field, or if they're in front of notable destinations. Getting them to participate is great. Sometimes we've even done contests where we'll select like the best photo and give away a gift card associated with that photo. I had one company that they gave their employees all swag, and they had these hats, okay, just ball caps, and encouraging employees to take pictures of themselves wearing a branded ball cap in the craziest of places. And I remember there was one that was on the Great Wall of China that was awesome. Excuse me. Sorry about that. My voice it may not hold up very well here. Give away free stuff. You'll see this contesting one. This can be to your social media audience. It can be to customers. It can be to your employees. Anything that gives people an incentive to come to your page. There's always a cost benefit analysis that people go through when they look at these pages. And then military discount. This one is announcing products and specials first on social media is important. Okay, in the newspaper business, when I was there, we were transitioning to a social first frame of mind. We always thought about the print product, but moving to a digital product was a hard change of thought. Okay, but if you're announcing your products and your services first on social media, then you are drawing people, or giving people a reason to get that insider information and coming to your page. Okay, so this is why I always go to the Costa Vida Facebook page, because they announce their specials on their Facebook page. Love it. Okay, right? So this is a way that you could draw people there. So that's strategy number 2 of getting employees, family, friends, colleagues involved in your social media strategy. Strategy number 3. All right. This handsome young man that's looking to blast off. It is boosting. All right. So let me see here. Boosting. I'm sorry. It took me a little bit to change that slide. Don't be afraid of this boost button that's down on the bottom of the post. Okay. In fact, many of us get onto social media and we think if we create content, they will come. That may have been true 7 years ago, but it's no longer true, particularly on Facebook. Okay. That boosting your content, putting some degree of paid promotion behind your content is essential for targeting the audience you're wanting to go after. This is why at Social 5 we used to make boosting an optional portion of our service. Now we roll that into every single package that we put into that we send out there dealing with content creation. Okay, so let me show you how this boost button works. As if you click this boost button, it's going to take you to a page that looks kind of like this. Bing, bing, bing. Okay, here you go. Where you'll have an opportunity to target your audience. Okay, so if you click right here on this little button, Create New Audience, that you can have the opportunity to determine your gender, your age ranges, the city that you want to go after, or the census district or zip code or things like that. It allows you to narrow it down, okay, to the individuals that you're wanting to target for that particular piece of content, so that when I boost this post, it can appear in the news feeds of people who match that audience. Okay. Now I also want you to take a look here at determining what my total budget is. So for $5, notice my reach. I can reach 93 to 268 people matching my target demographic or target audience for $5. Where can you get that type of reach for your advertising dollars? And here I'm coming from the newspaper business. And my goodness, yeah, rates were a little bit higher than that. Or if you've ever tried advertising on television, holy cow, you spend a lot to reach that, the audiences you see here. $10, 185 to 535. Now these numbers may vary based upon your particular page. But what I want to emphasize here is you can reach a target audience for a relatively small amount of spend. Now, one thing, this is a question that's come to me actually quite frequently. People say, well, okay, $5 is great, but what if I do $100? Is it going to be awesome? I would not recommend it because every post resonates in a different way with different people. Okay, so I would prefer to boost everything $5 than one thing $100. Okay, now if you have one post that goes crazy wild, like let's say you're doing a contest and it goes crazy wild, then that's a case where you want to put some additional dollars behind it. Or if you're a realtor and you have a home showing in an area, then I'd probably put more dollars behind a home showing because it's a particular event. I'd also get on there to leave some comments now and then about how many people have RSVP'd or that are expecting to show up. So you want to create some sort of demand. I apologize. I might lose my voice before the end of this webinar. All right, number 4. Strategy number 4, you'll see this magnet here. Many of you have probably heard the term lead magnet. Lead magnet is actually not as crazy sophisticated as you might think it would be. A lead magnet is simply a way that you can attract your audience. So how are you going to attract your audience? And I want you to think about this as strategy number 4, because we have prepared our pages for conversion. We've gotten other people involved in our social strategy. We're now starting to target our content to our ideal customer based upon their demographics, their geography, and some of the psychographic profiling characteristics like do they ride unicycles? Do they have one arm? Do they watch Nickelodeon? Any of that kind of stuff, okay? Strategy number 4 is how are we going to attract them? Okay, we can throw a bunch of stuff in front of them. It doesn't matter if it's crap or if it's good. But how do you attract them? How do you get them coming to you? Okay, so a lead magnet is an offer, a promotion, a special, something that invites them to take action today or this week. And we look at a few different questions when we look at a lead magnet. We look at what do you want to achieve? What's the perceived cost to the individual who is taking part? So for instance, if they are getting a free download of something, they're having to give over their email address. Okay. If they're leaving their phone number, what are they getting in return? What's the perceived cost versus the perceived benefit? Is it actually appealing to your audience? Okay. And I've seen some businesses that put out a promotion that one was a free blood draw. I mean, real story. But is that really going to attract your audience? Okay. Then how will you promote it? What channel is best? So let me show you some best practices. You look at what is your lead magnet? What's going to pull people into your business? Okay. Excuse me. Some best practices. I have 7 here. When you're thinking about a lead magnet, a special, a promotion, a discount, whatever it may be, does it solve a real problem? Okay. A real problem that the consumer has. Okay. Does it promise them a quick win where they can realize that today? Does it appeal to a broad, relevant audience instead of being super narrowly focused? Okay, if it's something that is exclusively for women, I'm not going to participate, even though that would be kind of a broad audience because there are quite a few women in this world. Okay, but it could be that it's only appealing to men who love carpentry, who work with router sets and like dovetail bits. Okay, you know that those types of things. If I'm giving away a dovetail router bit, there are only a few people in this world that well, there are more than a few, but It's a narrow audience as opposed to something broader. Needs to be easy to understand. Needs to offer a high perceived value, which is why when I prefer to give away movie tickets over a gift card for the same dollar amount, because a movie ticket has a higher perceived value because it includes an experience that goes along with it. Provides instant gratification in this world of ours of instant gratification and something that demonstrates your expertise. These are things I'd like you to think about in determining what your special is. You can see a few that have been commonly used on social media. Free assessments, free webinars like this one, social media, special discounts on social media. Next time I'm going to bring a cup of water. Goodness. There we go. All right, next, number 5, the very last strategy of our session. Okay, and the strategy here is dealing with reviews, how to put positive reviews to work for you. Now, here is a fact you'll see up on the screen that 92% of consumers trust peer reviews over advertising copy or advertising materials when making a buying decision. So you think about that. Think about going to Amazon and buying a product. Do you go down and look at the reviews? Okay. Do they have any sway over whether you buy a product? Okay. The same goes for a service, a professional service, that people look to see what the experience of individuals has been on their pages. Now, this is having a more and more significant impact on businesses in a number of ways. Now, on social media, reviews are very visible. Facebook, you can see them right there on the screen. But also when it comes to local searches or search engine optimization, reviews are now factoring into who shows up in what position on major search engines, okay? So reviews are a significant part of your business strategy. So soliciting positive reviews is an important, or soliciting reviews, and I'm not going to say positive reviews, because if you look at the rules for many review platforms, soliciting or incentivizing positive reviews is frowned on and can actually result in some penalties. Okay, soliciting reviews so people can comment on what their experience was with your business is something that is appropriate and something that you should engage in, so that you can build up a body of information about how people are experiencing your product. Okay, so there are a couple ways that people do this. Okay, first of all, make sure that you create a review solicitation strategy. Now, this means that I am interested in soliciting reviews. Okay, and so when someone buys a product or buys a service, that I have a strategy in place of when I'm going to reach out to them to get their review. Okay. Number 2, I'm going to designate someone who has some accountability for soliciting these reviews. If there's no accountability, it's not going to happen. Okay. And someone needs to be watching this so they know what things work and what things don't. Be selective about which customers that you ask. Okay. Just because we are soliciting any type of review, positive or negative, doesn't mean that we can't send out those review solicitations to individuals that we believe are going to speak highly to our brand. Okay, so don't be afraid to be selective about who you ask. Ask shortly after the service is rendered so that they can remember who you are. Had someone reach out for a review on a service I had participated in, I think it was 9 months ago. I had to research and figure out, what was the company I even used? What was this? You know what? That review would have been much stronger had it come within the first 30 days or first 60 days. Okay. And 60 days is actually a really long time. Many companies that I work with will send that out even within a few hours of the service being rendered. Okay. Soliciting that review via text and email is important. Some people use email. Some people use text. We actually find that we get the greatest conversions via text. Now, there are technologies that are out there on the market, including some that Social 5 offers, that allow you to send out those solicitations via text and email simultaneously, so the individual can determine which platform they would like to use. Okay, the same goes for giving them some options of where they would like to leave the review. Some people like to do it on Facebook, some like to do it on Google, some like to do it on different platforms. Maybe it's Yelp, maybe it's whatever. There are lots of different ones out there. Okay. Number 6, consider technology to streamline that solicitation process. This is what we do at Social 5, and every customer that comes in is loaded into a timeline where we have the ability to, our system kicks out a review solicitation to those individuals at a certain time frame, unless we specify otherwise. Okay, it allows us to increase the peer review of our business in a massive way. And then lastly, leverage those reviews on social media. You'll see these graphics that we've designed, like this one from University of Phoenix. We rise. I use my degree to improve upon the lives of our family, friends, church, communities, and country. When we rise, they rise with us. Okay, so there are different ways that we can solicit those types of reviews. Okay, and put those out on social media, and we find that people will interact with these. Truth is, we probably get a higher click-through rate for conversion-related traffic on reviews that we put on social media than we do on other types of content. It's pretty incredible. So anyways, with that, we will wrap up this webinar. Darn it, I went a little bit long. I just looked at the time. Crap. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at support@social5.com. We also have a ton of videos here at university.social5.com. Hope you enjoy them. Hope they build on your business. We are so grateful to work with you, to have you part of our business, and we're happy to help you however we can, anytime. So, all right. With that, this is Jeremiah Stetler signing off, and we will talk to you soon.